Okay, so part 4 of maintaining your motivation with your fitness New Year's resolutions past the first couple of weeks, since that's kind of where we're coming into now. So I won't go over what we've already done before because I'll probably lose track. So we'll dive right into day 4. So day 4 is arming yourself with knowledge. It's really tempting to just blindly follow plans and just kind of accept the word of whoever or whatever you've picked to go forward with. But what's going to be a game changer really is starting to learn a little bit more about what it is that you're doing or where it is that you're going, and learning a bit more in that in particular. So I love to tell clients if they've got, questions coming up, obviously to come to me, but I love to give resources and tell people of books that they could be reading or studies that they could be reading or people that they could be following to understand the whys behind why you might be doing something, rather than just blindly doing an exercise or eating a certain way. When you start to understand the benefits and the drivers behind these particular ways of being, it is like another added layer of boosting your confidence and your trust in yourself and your decisions. When you can understand why you're eating a certain something or eating in a certain way, when you understand why you're exercising in a certain way, when you start to piece together whether something's actually necessary for your particular journey, then it allows you to kind of cut away all the stuff that is just totally unnecessary. Now, of course, when you have a coach, when you have a trainer, you can have those questions and you can bounce the ideas off of, the person that you're working with. But I think it does seem to be the thing that determines whether people are going to keep going or kind of find their motivation drop off. I mean, depending, if you're naturally someone that loves being active, it's less of a problem. But if it's somewhere where you've got a bit of a fractured relationship to food and exercise, it's going to be so powerful, again, for building that trust in yourself and your decisions to do with fitness and nutrition. If you can start to get inquisitive, start questioning everything. If something doesn't feel right in your plan, question, do I need to do this? Or question your belief behind it, and do some digging and research and understanding as to whether the belief is true or whether you have to be doing that specific thing. So I'm going to take like a random, example. So let's say, one that comes up quite a lot is, I'm doing all the right things, but nothing works for me. That is going to limit you. That's going to knock you down. If you've got that belief, then you're kind of in that mental headspace where it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to fail. And you're subconsciously going to find ways to fail. That's not your fault. It's just the way our brains are wired. So how might you look at that? So everything I'm doing all the right things, but nothing seems to work. So it's usually attached to, I just need more willpower, or, So what you want to do is you want to take that statement and you want to, you want to get in and find all the evidence for that being true, if you can, or find all the evidence to counter that. So how might you do that? You might go in and look at everything that you've done in the past and start looking into these plans, programs, methods, particularly crash diets, and look into the validation of that method. Is it that you're doing all the right things, nothing works for you? Or is it something that is really, really extreme that your body is naturally going to rebound back off of? Of course, another avenue would be looking at exercise methodologies. Which ones have you done? And are there ones that are more suited? Have you been doing things that are designed a certain way, but not specifically for you? Have you been doing exercises that you feel like you should be doing rather than ones that you know that you're genuinely going to be excited to show up for with the intensity and consistency that is going to make a difference? So obviously I could go down so many different rabbit holes with this, but the idea is just get inquisitive. Start asking yourself questions. If you want to have a different relationship to your fitness and nutrition journey, if you've not had a great experience so far and you've come into the new year feeling apprehensive and feeling like it's something that is hard to sustain, it's being willing to challenge everything you think you know that has gone before and start to find evidence for something new that builds something that is for you, something that excites you, something that empowers you versus something that makes you feel disempowered or like you lack capability where you don't. So again, this is going to be something that's going to be really powerful to use a journal and just note stuff down, what thoughts are coming up, what things you started looking up and researching, different creators and educators and stuff that you're finding. Just start to really branch out of your pool of information and knowledge and find things that make your journey exciting and remotivating. So if you found this useful, hit the follow button, maybe tag someone in that might benefit from it, and you can go back into the other videos. I'll link them in, but it will be a URL. But they're the ones sort of near here. So we've got one more day where I'm going to be doing the maintaining the motivation for the fitness and nutrition New Year's resolutions. So yay.